Welcome, dear explorers of wisdom. Today we embark on a journey to understand the 8 worldly winds in Buddhism. Buddhism, a philosophy born in the East over 2,500 years ago, has touched and transformed countless lives across the globe. It's a spiritual tradition that delves into the nature of our minds, our existence, and the paths to realizing our true potential. But at the heart of Buddhism is the understanding of life's inherent impermanence and the cultivation of wisdom to navigate through it. One of the profound teachings in Buddhism is the concept of the 8 worldly winds. These are not just philosophical constructs, but practical guides to living a balanced and meaningful life. The 8 worldly winds represent the 8 influences that sway us, push and pull us off our spiritual path. They are gain and loss, status and disgrace, praise and blame, pleasure and pain. Like gusts of wind that can unsettle a ship on its course, these worldly winds can unsettle us in our journey through life. They can lead us astray into the realms of excessive attachment or aversion and away from the middle path that Buddhism espouses. But with mindfulness and wisdom, we can learn to navigate these winds, not by resisting them, but by understanding their nature and their place in our lives. The 8 worldly winds remind us that life is full of changing circumstances, shifting moments of happiness and sorrow, success and failure. They teach us to remain equanimous, to maintain our inner peace and balance, regardless of the external circumstances. They invite us to grasp the ever-changing nature of life and to find our stability and peace within, rather than in the external world. Stay with us as we delve deeper into each of these worldly winds and their significance. Now let's delve into the first pair of the 8 worldly winds, gain and loss. You see, in life, we often experience ups and downs, and it's easy to get swept up in this constant cycle. Gain and loss represent these fluctuations. We might gain something we've deeply desired, a promotion, a new car, a partner, and we feel elated, on top of the world. But then we might lose something or someone we hold dear, and we plunge into despair. Buddhism, however, offers a different perspective. It teaches us to maintain equanimity, a calm mental state, regardless of whether we're experiencing gain or loss. The idea is not to be swayed by either, to not let our happiness depend on what we gain, and not let our peace be shattered by what we lose. Remember, in Buddhism, it's not the external circumstances, but how we react to them that truly matters. Moving on, we explore the second pair, status and disgrace. In the world we live in, status is often perceived as a symbol of success, a sign of personal accomplishment. However, Buddhism suggests a different perspective. It teaches us that clinging to status can lead to suffering, as status is transient and can easily be lost. On the other side of the coin, we have disgrace. Disgrace is seen as a loss of respect or esteem, a condition that most people fear. Yet Buddhism advises us to remain detached from both status and disgrace. It tells us that these are simply external factors that can be as fleeting as the wind. Buddhism encourages us to focus on our inner worth, our personal development, and our spiritual growth. It teaches us that these internal achievements are the true measures of honor. In Buddhism, true honor comes from within and is not subject to external circumstances. Next, we decipher the third pair of the 8 worldly winds, praise and blame. In the grand tapestry of life, praise and blame often emerge as potent threads, weaving intricate patterns of self-perception. Praise can lift us to the highest peaks of self-esteem, while blame can plunge us into the deepest valleys of self-doubt. But are these external perceptions truly reflective of our worth? Buddhism suggests otherwise. Buddhism encourages us to understand that praise and blame are fleeting like the passing winds. They come and go, rise and fall, just as the sun rises and sets each day. They are subject to change and thus not to be clung to. They are neither a reliable measure of our worth, nor an accurate reflection of our true self. The problem arises when we start identifying ourselves with these transient states. When praised, we may feel a surge of happiness, believing we are worthy. Conversely, when blamed, we may feel a pang of sadness, thinking we are unworthy. In both scenarios, we give power to external forces to dictate our self-worth, our happiness. But Buddhism advises us to remain the calm eye in the storm of praise and blame, to not let them sway our peace of mind or distort our self-perception. It teaches us to acknowledge these states, observe them, but not get entangled in them. Instead, it encourages us to look within, to discover our innate wisdom and peace. It nudges us to cultivate a strong inner core that remains unaffected by the fluctuating winds of praise and blame. This doesn't mean we become indifferent or dismissive to feedback. Instead, it means we learn to discern, to separate the wheat from the chaff, to take in what is useful and leave out what is not. In essence, Buddhism teaches us to be our own anchor in the turbulent sea of life. It implores us to realize that our worth is not determined by others' opinions, but by our own inner peace and wisdom. Remember, your worth is not determined by others' opinions, but by your own inner peace and wisdom. Finally, we unravel the fourth pair, pleasure and pain. Delving into the depths of this pair, we find a profound truth, a paradox that forms the bedrock of Buddhist teaching. Pleasure and pain, though seemingly polar opposites, are two sides of the same coin. They are the twin forces that can lead us astray from our spiritual path, if not understood and navigated mindfully. Pleasure, in its myriad forms, is not inherently harmful. It's only when we cling to it, when we become attached to the fleeting moments of joy, that it causes suffering. This attachment leads to a cycle of craving, where we constantly seek out pleasure, only to find it slipping through our fingers. Buddhism teaches us to enjoy these moments, but not to cling to them. To appreciate the beauty of a sunrise, the sweetness of a melody, the warmth of a loved one's embrace, but to also let them go. Pain, on the other hand, is something we instinctively recoil from. We view it as an adversary, something to be avoided at all costs. But Buddhism encourages us to approach pain with a sense of curiosity, not fear. It urges us to observe our pain, to understand its roots, and to learn from it. Pain, in its own twisted way, can be a great teacher. It can show us our strengths, our resilience, and our capacity to endure. It can guide us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The greatest challenge, and perhaps the most important lesson, lies in maintaining equanimity in the face of both pleasure and pain. Not to be swayed by the highs and lows, but to remain centered. To understand that both pleasure and pain are transient, that they come and go like waves on the shore. In the Buddhist perspective, true joy is found in inner peace, not in external circumstances. So, the next time you find yourself chasing after pleasure or running away from pain, pause, breathe. Remember, the true path to happiness lies within. As we conclude our exploration of the 8 worldly winds in Buddhism, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. These 8 winds, or lokadhammas, are not just philosophical concepts. They are the very realities of life that each one of us experiences in some form or another. We've journeyed through the pairs of gain and loss, status and disgrace, praise and blame, and pleasure and pain. Each pair serves as a reminder that life is a constant ebb and flow, a dance of opposites. Our experiences, feelings, and circumstances are ever-changing, just like the winds that blow across the world. In the face of gain and loss, we learned that neither should dictate our happiness or sorrow. Our worth is not measured by what we accumulate or lose, but by the strength of our character and the depth of our compassion. Through status and disgrace, we understood that societal positions are transient and superficial, and that true honor lies in our actions and integrity. With praise and blame, we discovered that external validation or criticism should not sway our self-worth. Our value is inherent and not dependent on the opinions of others. And finally, in navigating pleasure and pain, we recognize that both are part of the human experience and that true peace comes from accepting and transcending them. The essence of the 8 worldly winds in Buddhism is about cultivating an unshakable inner peace amidst life's inevitable ups and downs. It teaches us to remain centered, no matter how fiercely the winds of life may blow. By understanding and applying these principles, we can navigate life's storms with grace and equanimity. The 8 worldly winds are not meant to be feared or avoided. Instead, they are reminders to remain mindful, resilient, and compassionate regardless of life's circumstances. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. Stay tuned for more insights into Buddhism and its profound teachings.